Morning, children of God. What a wonderful day it is. Some people think that prayer looks like this, and it does. But prayer also looks like this. Here's some forms of prayer that have great healing power. A kind word or look. A twinkle in the eye. A smile. Longest word in the English language is the word smiles. It has a mile in between each S. I don't make this stuff up, I just tell it. And last but not least, a pat on the shoulder. All of these things are prayer as well. We're going to talk some more about that. But let's get started this morning. A little love. Let's stand and sing in the silence. In this moment, peace is here. Love is here. Truth is here. In this moment, God is here. And we acknowledge His presence moving in and through us. This day, we choose to be open and receptive and responsive to His instruction and guidance. This day, we are grateful to come together, to worship, to sing, and to pray in the name, in the nature, in the power of the Christ. Amen.
Today's daily word is reconciliation, and we're going to have Diane read the daily word for us this morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's entitled Reconciliation. It says, I make peace with myself and others. Every day is an opportunity for reconciliation. I may be disconnected from others or experience the pain of unforgiveness. The people in my life are also aspects of my own consciousness. One way to reconcile with them is to reconnect with all the aspects of myself. I forgive myself unconditionally for anything that may have harmed me or others. I make amends when necessary and embrace wholeness and happiness again. As I practice forgiveness and compassion for myself, I develop the capacity to let go of what others have done. I see that they are as human as I am and also make mistakes. I welcome any opportunities to restore communication. With each reconciliation, I feel restored. And from 2 Corinthians 5, verse 18, all this is from God who reconciled us to Himself through Christ. So, thank you.
We'll have to play with our slides some more. We do that a lot, though. Put breaks where they're supposed to be, added songs. You missed it, so it was okay. It was perfect. You did great. If you haven't been here with us in a while, we have a lot of fun up here, and we pretend you aren't here, so it works perfect. Right, Steve? This is just the rehearsal. You should be here for the real show. No. Yeah, there is no such thing in life as a dress rehearsal. It's what you get. The what you get part, though, is you get to decide what that looks like. And the more often that you're willing to step out in the truth of who you are, to give power to your word, the more that that will show up in your world. So, let's take our affirmation together. I am a child of the living God. I have within me the all-creating power of the Christ. It radiates from me and blesses all whom I contact. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I am now in the presence. Let us rest and join with Steve, I believe. I believe. I trust. I have faith. I hold these words and move gently and easily into that place that Jesus called our inner closet, our secret place. Charles Fillmore taught that for him, that place was behind his heart. That works for me as well. And from this heart space, I rest. Our instruction was, as we enter in, to close the door. To close the door on those thoughts and feelings of what I should have done. To close the door on those thoughts and feelings of what I have yet to do this day, and for one holy moment we rest. Here in the stillness, in the silence, we listen. In our prayers we have asked, here answers come. This day, all my needs are met. this day. The gifts that come to me, the answers to my prayers, this day I reach out and claim them, knowing they come to me wrapped in love. In this moment, I choose to immerse myself in these blessings. As I do so, each and every cell of my being responds. In this moment, I am lifted up. Here in the stillness, in the silence, I remember I am a channel through which good flows into my world. This moment, this day, I open that channel. From me, through me, good flows into my world, into this place. In doing so, it touches each and every one of God's children, and I am blessed. Feelings of like mind come together, grow in power and in strength, and from me, through me, this flow continues. From this place into our community, wherever that might be this day, touching, blessing, healing each and every one of God's children across our city, across our state. Touching, healing, blessing each and every one of God's children. And in this knowing, I am blessed. I allow this flow to continue across our country, around our world, touching, healing, blessing each and every one of God's children, regardless of circumstance. I am there. God is there. Good is there. And in this moment of knowing, I am blessed. I choose to continue to be a blessing from me, through me. This flow continues throughout our universe. And we remember that in spirit, we are never separate one from the other. And in this moment, somewhere, someone, somewhen is saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for the gifts that have come from you, through you, are gratefully received. And that gratitude swells up and returns to you, the circle of life complete and whole. I breathe. I rest, affirming our oneness. for one holy moment. Knowing there is more yet for me to do this day, gently, easily, effortlessly, I bring my attention back to this now, to this when, to this place, and holding to this experience we have shared, I join with you and pray as Jesus, our elder brother, has taught us when he said, "As for you, pray therefore in this manner." We're going to begin right now healing away an old habit. Here's the old habit. How many of you think healing relates to your physical body? Get out of the habit. Okay? And here's how. It's true, by the way. Healing does relate to your physical body. However, this is the part that we forget we need to bring in. Because if you're going to release something, you want to bring something back in. You also need to heal your intellect. That which you believe that isn't true. And see, this body temple has a system for eliminating food you eat, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. It does. We know it does. And it's a miraculous thing that it knows how to get rid of that which no longer serves it and that which it no longer needs. It gets to decide. Therefore, you can eat anything you want. Your body will take care of it. It may take a while. The challenge comes when we forget the intellect and the emotions. We need to heal those as well. Stuff we've been holding on to for a long, long time that we believe to be true. And it doesn't matter. This is one of the challenges we get hooked into. It doesn't matter how it shows up in your life. How many of you said, not counting in the last 5 minutes, why is this happening to me? We all go through that, right? See, here's the key. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why. It showed up for a reason. Whatever's going on in your world showed up for a reason. One of the reasons it shows up is to provide you with the opportunity to heal it. How? Oh man, when we have the answer to that, we'll solve the world, won't we? All the problems gone. Guess what? You already have the answer, but you're just not putting it to work. You already have the answer. Anything other than the truth with a capital T that appears in your world is based on your belief system. And when you begin to change that belief system, your world changes as well. You have the control and the power to do it. One of the challenges we think, I don't have the control. This is too big a problem. And it feels that way a lot. Thank God we have the opportunity to work with one another so that when I ask for assistance, help in one form or another, God's going to provide it to me generally through how? His children. Sometimes in the form of a white suit. Rob, take these pills. And oh, by the way, if you ate better food and exercised more, you wouldn't need to take the pill. Except this one, which you're going to have to take forever. No. But that's what he said, but I smiled and loved him anyway, it's okay. The point is, I'm holding on to something that isn't the truth of me, but it's showing up. And it would. See, all your thoughts, there's a little song in the middle I was mentioning about, we had an extra song. It's called Our Thoughts Are Things. And they are. And those things show up in our world, and they show up in our physical temple, our body temple. When Jesus said, seek first the kingdom, what he was talking about literally was finding that God peace within you. Seek that first, and then all the rest of it will take care of itself. See, because you cannot be in God and in order and in disorder or dis-ease at the same time. You can't. You can't. So guess where I want to go? Right to that God within peace, yes? So no matter what challenges show up in my world, that's where I want to go first. It sounds so counterintuitive. My world just came crashing in on me, and the first thing I should say is what? Thank you. What? I don't want to say thank you, this hurts. Yeah, it does. I don't want to say thank you, I feel bad. I got that. But you want to get out of that. That's an old habit. It's just an old habit. I'm in the habit of complaining loud. I was playing golf. I kid you not. I was playing golf with a guy on Friday, and he said, "You know, it's an absolutely beautiful day to complain." Now, he was smiling when he said it. However, he complained every shot. He did. Smiling. He was having a great time complaining. I don't get it. I just loved him and we had a nice round. For something stuck with him that said that piece about complaining is getting it out. Because he's still expressing joy. He was, and we had a great match. We really did have fun. But there was something he was holding on to that required that complaint piece for him. Now, it didn't keep him back from doing anything, but he explained some of the challenges going on in his life, and I had the good grace not to offer him any advice. Mostly because he's playing golf a lot better than me. And secondarily because he didn't ask and I'm learning not to volunteer too much. See, it's okay, but the other thing that I can do when I encounter this kind of circumstance is love him through it and more importantly love me through it as well. And watch, am I complaining? This is a beautiful day to complain? What? That sounds so counterintuitive, right? But is there something that I'm holding on to that I want to let go? It's an old habit that I'm holding on to that I can get rid of. I can heal it. And when, the neat part is when I can heal it in me, it heals my world. See? Now, the challenge, another challenge, we have lots of them, but another challenge that shows up is I think I've healed something and it shows back up. And we go, what's with that? I thought I'd solved that problem. I thought I'd really looked at that and gone through it. And you had. However, somewhere along the way, having held to that piece, I'm doing this. I worked with an energy worker who said, you do this a lot, don't you? You need to do this a lot more than this. I went, okay. So we're working on it. But somewhere in my thinking, I've held on to, I've depressed, locked it down, right? And that's become a habit, and so I need to release that one and find another one. Another methodology, another practice, not a habit, another practice that might become a habit, but I want to test it. I want to test it. If it's not working for me, I want to let it go. How do I know if it's working? What's showing up in my world? Right? And if the demonstration isn't what I want, then I need to run my thinking backwards and find the thought, feeling that's out of whack a little bit for me. And then choose whether to heal it or not. And then I look at my world and say, okay, what am I putting out there? Because it comes from me, it comes this way, huh? Knowing it comes this way, then I can play with it some more. And I play a lot. I've given up trying to be perfect. Why? I already am. But see, I didn't believe it. And I'm still not demonstrating it to my own satisfaction 100%. I'll give you that one. Okay? But I know I'm already perfect. I don't need to pretend. That's the truth of who I am. How do I know? That's the promise that was made. You were born in the image and likeness of God. Knowing that, where's anything other than good in that? Only what I believe. And see, we have, you and I, the opportunity to step forward, and we have some really great examples of people that have done that have bought into, initially in their life, these things that aren't true. Myrtle Fillmore. Such a frail child. You'll always be sickly. It runs in the family. We love you. Right? Finally, in her lifetime, she heard somebody said, wait a minute, you do not inherit sickness. She was in the habit of being sick. She bought in. And over the period of the next 2 years, it took her 2 years, so for those of you who are still on your path and you're going a little slow, it's okay. It took her 2 years to put that behind her. Because I do not inherit sickness. Run. I am whole and free, healthy, whole and free. And I'm going to live that way. Dump the old habit, got a new one. Okay? That worked for her. 2 years, all that sickly stuff gone in her life. Her husband Charles, as a child, injured a hip, had what we call a withered leg. And in his lifetime grew 2 inches of bone, and while at the end of his life he walked with a slight limp, he was not and had not been in pain for 50 to 60 years. Just don't buy it. Okay, it's a condition, I'm going to live through it, the key being through, but it's not the truth of who I am. It's just a piece of who I am. It's only a part of who I am. The more important part is this. What do I believe that isn't true about me? I have heard it. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times. I don't feel worthy. If someone heaps praise on you, looks you right in the eye and says, I love you, you're a beautiful, wonderful child of God, what's the very first thought you have? Oh, no, not me. And you have a list. Yeah? Let's get that habit out of the way too. Your list is your reality. I got that, but it's not the truth of who you are. So you can get rid of that list because you are worthy. You are a beloved child of God. The rest of the world, you may think, hates you. There's a song. Some of you may know it, and if you do, you can sing along. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to go eat worms. Which is great if you're a parakeet, but I'm not one of those no worms. Right? Dumb little song, but it expresses a feeling that sometimes we go through. Okay? That's not the truth of us. Some people live in that habit of that song, though. Everybody hates me. The healing for that, if you're going through that, some of that in your head, the healing for that is simple. Begin with loving you. I love me. So then the everybody goes away. Because I'm everybody too. Right? I hope. Therefore, if I love me, somebody's in the right room. Yeah? And the more I love me, the more love shows up. I respect me. Have I made all the right decisions in the world? I don't think so. Have I made some mistakes? Sure. Guess what? They're all good ones. Now that sounds a little strange, but it works like this. They had to be good. Why? They got me to where I am right now. Regardless of the appearance, I am with you always. Good is with you always. Now, get in that habit, and then as other stuff shows up, you'll come from that place. You start looking at it from your heart. You start coming from the Christ of you in each and everything you do. That then becomes the habit. So then when stuff shows up, you go, thank you. We were just talking about it a minute ago, and inside, didn't say anything out loud. Is we have here in the valley, what was the word you called it? The fake spring?
February fake.
The February fake. It only occurs in Southern Oregon. And it goes like this. It's been winter. The February fake shows up. It's spring. It's wonderful. It's warm. And we all go, yay, spring is here. And the next day, boom. Hope you're still on your snow boots. All right? I'm thinking to myself, as we're talking about it, oh, I can hardly wait for the fake to end. I just want to watch. Right? Well, maybe it didn't happen last week. The stuff we put out, right? As if it's real. Somewhere there's a guy, February fake, ready, we're going to get all of Medford. That's not how it works. We know it, but we still buy in. Right? Now we can have fun with that and let it go. We can have fun with it, but let it go. We're going to give it no power at all. It's not the February fake. It's Tuesday. when I was playing golf. It's not a beautiful day to complain, it's just a beautiful day. I'm having a challenge in my life. Today is the day when I have a challenge in my life. Yay! Today is the day when I have the opportunity to move forward, to take that challenge on right up and heal it. Why? Because I know how. I get to treat it with the truth. And the truth goes like this: I love you. That's the truth. And I need to repeat it a lot. To me. Because the more I learn to love me, the more it will show up in my world. There's a gratitude piece. We've been playing with it. For those of you who are familiar with Ho'oponopono, it's a 4-step Hawaiian thing that starts with the thank you. Whatever shows my world, thank you. The second piece that shows up is, please, I'm sorry. Now, why would you say thank you and then I'm sorry? Well, if anything shows up other than the truth, you want to apologize for it right now. Why? Because I see it. It's not the truth, so I apologize. Please forgive me. I'm asking. I love you. And I apply that to it. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. To whom am I speaking? That would be me. Okay? When I do that, when I make that a habit, my circumstances change. That which seems to have been an obstacle is moved aside. We have lots of lessons. We have lots of teachers that show us the way. This day, choose. In this moment, choose. I love you. Together? I love you. I bless you. Together? I bless you. Breathe. I appreciate you. Together? I appreciate you. Breathe. Now the big one. I behold the Christ. Together? I behold the Christ. In that moment. In that moment. You begin that healing away. Old habits, bringing in the new. And for the work you do, I am blessed.
It's time for our blessings of love gifts and tithes. As we choose to participate in the law and flow of giving and receiving, we open ourselves up for more blessings. We know that God is our source and our supply. So everything in our life is from our Creator. So let's circulate our blessings of abundance with the attitude of gratitude. Envelopes are provided for your tithes and offerings. All gifts and offerings with names are recorded for year-end tax statements. For those of you who have joined us on the internet, you can participate by sending your gifts to the ministry by mail or safely online by using the link on the page that you review in our service. So please, at this time, let's take our love offerings and tithes in your hand, cover them with the other as we bless them. Together, that part of our nature that is divine love is activated by giving. It blesses and multiplies my offering to this Christ ministry so that all who receive its ministry are blessed, illumined, healed, and prospered. Father and Mother God, we pause for this moment to thank you for the love offerings and tithes that have been shared through the congregation this morning from each and every one of us. We appreciate and know that these gifts will go out individually, and also the blessings will spread out to the generally to the community. And we just express our thankfulness and our gratitude. In the name of the Christ Spirit we pray. Amen.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to pass this message along to your friends and family. You can obtain additional audio tapes or CDs by visiting our website or by calling our office at 541-772-6902. We invite you to join us in prayer. We know that prayer works, and now you can send your prayer request to our prayer team here at Christ Unity Church by using the form on our website. The activities, programs, and services of this ministry are presented on a love offering basis. All gifts, regardless of size, are gratefully accepted. You may participate either by sending your gift to Christ Unity Church, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501, or by visiting us on the internet at www.unitymedford.org.